But maybe our show, the square table of Aaron and Starr, and I'm Starr, by the way. That's Aaron.
I'm so glad you said that because I, for a moment there, thought
I know.
that I was Star.
Well, people get us confused all the time, and I don't understand. I'm 5'1" and you're 6'4",
Yeah,
and they get us confused all the time.
I'm a male. You're not.
But I act like a male. You don't.
I'm not a lesbian, and you are. Did you just assume my gender, people out there? Fuck you, racists. I
But
think we're living in a crazy time,
we are.
and I mean, say what you want about it. I don't care.
Mhm.
But it's insane. It
It
is
is.
definitely insane.
It is, and it's kind of scary. It really is kind of scary. I mean, talk about knee jerk reactions, and
Well, I mean, we have no boundaries anymore.
no, there's
I
not.
mean, I know all these groups are like, "Yeah, you're homophobic, you're xenophobic, you're transphobic." But when it actually comes to these phobias,
Hmm.
like I'm going to use the transgender. I know I use them all the time, but they're the fucking relevant ones right now
Hmm.
who are so hypocrisy. The hypocrisy that they show is ridiculous. Dave Chappelle is big in the news right now, like huge.
I haven't
Like
even
it's
seen the news. What's going on with Dave?
well, okay. So Dave Chappelle did a show on Netflix called The Closer, and and once again the trans community is up in arms. Oh, he's transphobic because he told a story about a friend of his, and I believe her name was Daphne. I don't remember her name, but she went to bat for him and ended up committing or completing suicide. And the trans community, in my opinion,
Hmm.
is partially to blame for that shit. Because the moment that that woman stood up for her friend, Dave Chappelle, the trans community attacked her over and over and over, called her transphobic, called her all these horrible things. And I don't know if it's directly related. I don't, but I don't think it helped. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that to me is another. And so now this whole Netflix bullshit, where we're doing a Netflix walkout, the 6 transgenders that work there, and I find it
Sorry, I had to
ironic.
laugh.
Sorry, well, I mean, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
It was probably one of the highest rated shows on Netflix this last year, and it was Dave Chappelle's The Closer. People in our community were laughing our asses off at it because he was
Hmm.
being real. He was being honest about the hypocrisy that we're facing. Us older queers are looking at these younger people going, "Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
What happened? Did you, I mean, we pulled the dildos from your mouths and gave you a voice,
Hmm.
fucking, and now you're abusing it. So we got to put the dildos back. Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
It's the same with the trans community. Shut the fuck up. The Olympics is fucked. People are mad because they were being inclusive, but they're all talking about like feminine rights and women's rights. Women need to be equal. But when you allow a man to take over a women's
It's
sport,
not
how is that
equal.
equal? So
It's not
it's this
equal.
whole no boundaries bullshit that you can say and do whatever you want
Hmm.
as long as you fit the narrative, as
Yeah.
long as you fit the mold that they have placed in front of you. But the moment you step out of line, the moment you are a naysayer, shit like that happens
Hmm.
where you fight back and it's just lay down and take it like a whore.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hmm.
It's a game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're 21 years old and you live in your mom's fucking basement and you dropped out of high school because the racist organization of white privilege was destroying it for you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Or because you spent more of your time at a fucking social rally than you did in class and you failed.
Hmm.
So get off your fucking video game
Yeah.
and go do something productive. Like, I don't
Exactly.
know, get a job. So many fucking people are hiring right now. Go get a job.
We have restaurant after restaurant. Every single restaurant in this town in Sheridan has got help wanted signs in their store windows.
Yeah, but
And
it's fucking better to get unemployment benefits. You get paid more.
well, the reason being, though, that they don't have anybody is because they get these young adults, young kids in there that feel like they just need to get a paycheck while they sit there and watch everybody work.
Well, yeah, that they are entitled to something. That
Yeah,
they don't have to work for it. They're just given it. Here, have you've
and
been
I've
here for
heard it.
5 days, and you sat on your phone and
Yeah,
tweeted and
yeah.
Snapchatted and Instagrammed
Mm-hmm.
and danced like a fucking freak.
Well,
Here's a paycheck.
my
No.
daughter, she is a manager at one of the restaurants here in town.
Mhm.
And she's not, I love her work ethic. She's not afraid to write up any of the employees, even if they're a friend. And she'll tell them, I hate doing this, but it has to be done because
Mhm.
this is what was done or
You
was
fucked
not
up.
done, and you
Here's
were
what you
supposed to
got
do
to
it.
do to fix it.
And she even told me, she said, we get people in there that feel like that they shouldn't have to do anything, and we give them money for it.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
where does that mindset come from? That entitlement?
Well,
I just,
hello, your white privilege. That's
oh,
where it comes
God
from.
Almighty.
You've been given everything being a white person.
Yeah, but it wasn't just white people that this was going on with. There was people of color there, all different colors. I'm not specifically saying one. And each one of them, it's that age group. They just feel like
Because they've been given a sense of entitlement.
exactly.
I mean, it's
And
because we aren't allowed. Well, we are now. I mean, I don't fucking care. My kids get spanked. They get
yeah,
spanked. You fucked up, you get spanked. And my strap doesn't leave a mark, but it leaves a sting enough for you to remember.
yep,
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to fucking hear the excuses anymore. You get into a fight at school and everybody else is a liar but you, I'm gonna beat that ass.
yeah,
I'm gonna show up to your school. I'm gonna embarrass you in front of everybody because you think you're the Billy Badass on campus. I'm gonna embarrass you. That's
yep,
what kids need. They need their asses whooped, and that's
yeah.
not what they're getting. They're getting let's be best friends. And
I always,
I
I
think
always,
that you should understand that when you backtalk your teacher at school, that it hurts her feelings and you need to apologize because I am looking at you and thinking, I don't know you anymore. And now I want you to sit in here and I want you to think about what you've done. And
and
I'm going to
there,
go downstairs and make us a bowl of ice cream. And when you're ready, you come downstairs and we will not talk about this again. That's what the fuck is going on.
I know.
What like I have literally seen parents. Like I was once at a store and I had a father. He was standing at the counter and she couldn't have been like 3 or 4,
Mhm.
right? She was just little, but little enough to be like talking 2 word sentences, right? Like I
Yeah.
want, please, this and that. And I walk in, I'm waiting in line, and man, this kid is screaming. I want, I want, I want, I want. And she threw herself on the ground, and the guy is just standing there,
My youngest
ignoring
son
it.
tried that
And
with me one
and there was
time.
a woman standing in line right behind me, and she rolled her eyes. And I was like, this is my cue. I have to say something because if this was my child, I would not allow my child to behave in such a way in a public space
Mm-hmm.
and make them think that that was okay. Because then we
Right.
have these extreme outbursts of these fucking baby G Zen or whatever they're fucking calling themselves now.
Antifa.
Antifa, Antifa.
I said
Um,
the name.
right. And it's fucking ridiculous. So I told the guy, I was like, if that was my kid, she would have already got her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like right in front of everybody. I'd have spanked her ass. My child would not have behaved like that in a store. This man just put his stuff on the counter, grabbed his child, and left. And the person at the counter was like, I don't think he appreciated that. I don't fucking care. And now he knows that when his child acts like that in public, he ain't gonna let her act like that again.
Yeah.
Well, they're split up, they're divorced. And I'm like, I don't care.
It doesn't
I'm a single
matter.
father, and when they're with their mother and they come back to me and they act foolish, I'll whoop that ass. I'll remind them
Mm-hmm.
what it's supposed to be like in my house. You want to act
Exactly.
foolish with your mother? That's on you. But when you come back to my house, you eat my food, you live under my roof, you use my water, you use my heat, my blankets, my beds, whatever. I'm going to whoop that ass. You are going to
Yeah.
respect people.
And we're not talking about
Respect
abuse here.
things.
I don't believe in abuse, but I do believe in discipline and I believe in punishment.
Who said abuse? It's
I know that's
discipline.
what I'm saying.
I will
We're
whoop
not
that
advocating
ass.
abuse,
I'm
but
not bringing in a baseball bat.
no, we're
I'm
not.
going, I'm going to bust you up.
You're not
This
beating them
isn't a
until they're
prison yard,
unconscious.
girl.
You know,
No, but these
golly.
kids need their asses whooped. That's
Yeah,
why every time I see a video of some fucking Antifa up in the face, under the women's rights, equality, transphobic, blah, 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 blah.
guaranteed they were on the floor in
And
that
someone
supermarket at
knocks
one
them
time in their life.
over, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
get it. Fucking
Ah,
eat some dirt.
that gets my blood to boiling right there.
Eat some dirt. But with this, I mean, that's just the thing. There's no tact. We
Right.
used to have tact, and there's just no tact anymore.
No,
It's just not. I
it's
mean, it's
it's just a
all,
bunch of hypocritical bullies.
yeah, yeah.
It is.
Well,
Hypocritical bullies. You
they've
treat
offended
me
me.
the way I want to be treated. I will treat you the way I want to treat you. That's what they're saying.
Well, it's a do as I say, not as I do
Yeah.
mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, honestly, you have people who have trauma, just like you said, who are triggered. And then the worst part about this is because of the loudmouth overhaul of a lot of things, such as
Mm-hmm.
racism, transphobia, rape culture, uh, anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of things are now, if when it truly happens and it's a real thing, and you're like, for example, the anti-Semitic uh, uh, events or activities that have been going on in the US have been actually rising over the
Mm-hmm.
last several years. And I'm not going to mention a certain fucking power four female who doesn't like Israel or the Jews, who publicly, you know, tarnishes the reputation of Israel.
Oh,
And
is she a senator?
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. It's just, I can't quite put my finger, but
I put my finger.
Mar, uh, I don't know. I don't remember her name. It's
I know who you're talking. I can see her. She's the one that wears the
oh
turban all the time, right?
oh marvelous. I don't remember.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's an O and then there's a marvelous person
Mm-hmm.
who stands against her. Anyway, if you caught me saying her name, you know who it is.
Yeah, it's like diabetes, AL1C or something.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's my name is Peter Paul and I have diabetes. But it's true, and so, or the rape culture, a woman gets raped and she reports it, and then it's like, well, you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
It's true homophobic, true transphobic activity occurs, and because of people like Jesse Smollett,
Mm-hmm.
no one takes it seriously
Right.
because transphobia is used as a get out of jail free card for
It's used
everything
as
and
a
anything.
victim thing.
Yeah, this whole, well, you only said that because you're transphobic, because
Yeah.
I identify as I don't fucking know what. Like half of these kids, there's the idealization of not taking fact over fucking opinion
Mm-hmm.
is ridiculous to me. There will always be a fact that there are two genders. I don't care if you call yourself a pan, call yourself a pot, call yourself a fucking spoon. I don't care.
I'm a
Because
spatula.
are you? Because some people call themselves pansexuals, and I
Yeah.
don't know what cooking gear and cooking utensils have to do with sexuality. But you can be a pansexual, you can be a skillet sexual, you can be a pot sexual. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. You're either a boy or you're a girl.
The pot
You're
section
either a
kind of
boy
intrigues
pan,
me.
you're either a boy pan or you're a girl pan. You're
Right.
either a boy spatula or you're a girl spatula. There is no boy girl spatula. Even a spork has a male or a female.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
It does.
ridiculous to me. It's fucking ridiculous. And
It
so when
is.
real shit like you, like people like you who have suffered actual trauma get triggered, you don't get taken seriously because it's used so fucking much
Mm-hmm.
that they're like, whatever. Oh, just another snowflake slowly melting.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm called a Karen because I stand up for what I think is right. They're
You're
like,
not a
"Oh, you're being
Karen.
such a Karen." I'm like, "Well, then I'm the Karen that the people need because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to let like I yell at the VA
Mm-hmm.
and I'm called a Karen for it. You're being such a Karen. Well, then call me fucking Karen because when I see a 92-year-old World War II vet sitting in the fucking waiting room puking up blood and no one's doing anything, you bet your fucking ass I'm gonna Karen
Oh
that shit.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
I'm gonna Uber Karen your fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
When you're being disrespectful to a veteran who can't understand you because they're deaf, and instead of asking them politely or writing it down so that they'll understand, you get in their face and start screaming and waving your hands, I'm going to fucking say something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you want to call me a Karen, I'm a fucking Karen. I'm the worst Karen you will ever meet because I'm the needed Karen. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
Karen that's not going to fucking back down and get
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed because you pull out your fucking phone. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care
Yeah.
because all
Well,
I'm
see,
going
and
to
that's the
do is be
way.
like, look at the Karen rant. Yeah, well,
Yeah. Well,
it
and that's the
exposes
way that I
motherfuckers for
felt.
being dumb.
That's the way I felt with that game. I wanted to keep getting back up instead of laying down like they told me to. I wanted to, I wanted my headset to work really bad so that I could say, does that make you feel like a real man now?
Oh yeah.
You
With
know?
your little boy pee pee.
Yeah.
Does it
And
make that little boy pee
your
pee
pull
hard,
up
you fucking
trainers.
freak? I'm a transgender. You're transphobic.
Oh my God.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, well, and
I
I
want to
do
start a
have
new
this.
organization. We're gonna call it Tranny Watch.
Okay,
We'll
let's do
probably
it.
get banned or canceled or whatever the fuck they do now, because that's why Dave Chappelle's in so much trouble because he said the word tranny.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
don't fucking know.
That's
But
what he said, tranny, and that's why he's getting such a
yeah.
backlash.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because
Mm.
he says the word tranny. Look, and the craziest thing is, this is what I love. I love that people are like, Aaron, you're transphobic. I was raised by one of, like, I was raised by a transgender
Mm-hmm.
who's no longer trans, by the way. They have transitioned, so it is just my aunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I
Like,
do.
you can't be trans your whole fucking life. You're either in transition or you've completed.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've completed and you've met your goal,
You're
you
no
are no
longer a
longer
trans.
trans. You are
No.
just whatever it is you're transitioning to. I don't care if it's a fucking car. The moment you gain a carburetor and an engine, and when I turn you on, you go vroom vroom.
It's
You are a fucking car.
like,
You're
hey,
not a
baby, check out my
trans.
tailpipe.
Right, you're a fucking car. If you identify as a fucking meatloaf and you put yourself in a pan and then in the oven, you are no longer trans. You're just a
Yeah.
fucking meatloaf. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
care. I mean, there are people in this world who are transitioning into animals. Like, have you seen this? There's a new one, and I almost choked on my tea when I was watching this because I watched this news channel in the morning, and it's not Fox, it's not CBS, it's not MSNBC. It's like its own. I think it's called like Ian something or it's
Ion.
like an Ion.
Ion America. I watched the
Yeah,
same
I
thing.
love
Yeah.
that because it's independent and they don't give a
Hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like watching it and they're talking about these people who were like trans Korean
What?
and
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they're trans Korean, so they're
It
transitioning.
sounds like
I
an
should have.
air flight, the
I know, like
air
Pan
company.
Am. Thank you for flying Air Korea, Trans Korean Continental 457. My name is Lu Ling, and I will be your flight attendant for the duration of this flight. What the fuck? But yeah, they're trans Korean. They're getting all this plastic surgery to like round their face out,
Mhm.
make their cheekbones wider, their eyes thinner, like because they didn't have because like I have the I don't know if you can see like look at my fucking ghetto ass look today. I have a fold in my eyelid.
Uh-huh.
That's a that's an Indochina thing because I have Native American in me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've seen my mother, so yeah,
Yes.
I don't look it, but I'm very much,
Yeah.
very much. So that's where that comes from, and so like they're getting that second lid, that fold in their lids, so that their eyes aren't like, hello,
Like mine.
yeah, wide open.
I've actually got some Oriental in our background too, but
That's
I'm
racist. We don't say Oriental.
oh good God.
We say Asian,
Asian.
Asian
I
Pacific
have Asian
Islander,
Oriental in my background.
South
And
Pacific.
but I also have African American. I have Mexican. I have South American. I mean,
Did you do that DNA test thing?
I did. It was wonderful.
I've never done that. I
But
really
I
should do that.
am
Watch. It'll come back and
predominantly,
it's like you're you're not really what you think you are.
it's true. I'm predominantly Scottish. The second one is Irish, and then the third one is Scandinavian. So, it's all kept in the family um, up in that area. But it just blows me away. I heard of, and I watch YouTube. I'm a YouTube person, and you could see these people on there that are transforming into dolls to make themselves
Yeah,
look
like
like
Barbie,
dolls.
like
Yeah,
the Ken and Barbie people.
and they got waists that are like that. Just
Yeah, and they look
oh
plastic.
yeah,
And
they
they're
do,
scary looking.
and they think it's sexy. I'm sorry,
And
I
they're like,
don't, but
ooh, I'm the Barbie.
to
Like
each
there's the
their own.
Russian girl who's a Barbie and she's gotten so much plastic surgery. She really does look like a plastic person.
Mm,
Like it's insane.
yeah.
And then I just like when I meet people like that, I just want to be like, what are you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, who are you? I want to be like, what are you? Because
Yeah. Are
some of
you a
these
person
people,
or a doll?
right? I'm not asking pronouns. Fuck that shit. If I get your
Mm-mm.
pronoun wrong, like we had a Halloween party and I got someone's pronoun wrong. I'm like, you have tits. You're a she. I'm sorry if you think you have a dick, but you don't. You're she.
Mhm.
I didn't mean to bump into you. I said I was sorry, ma'am. You don't need to get all fucking flaky and freaky about how I'm a dude. No, you're not. You sit to pee because you don't have a pee pee.
Yeah.
Like, you are a girl. I
Yeah.
don't care what you call yourself. Call yourself Steve. I should call yourself Bob. I don't
Well, there
care.
is Stevie Nicks, and she's very
Right.
much
You're a
female.
dude in your mind. You're not a dude in your body. So just
Right.
fucking calm down. So I don't ask people
I
their
don't either.
pronouns. I just say, what are you? What are you? And they're
Hmm.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, what are you? Are you a tiger? Are you a frog? Are you a fish? Are you a person? Like, what are you? And then and they're like, I identify as Zizazo and they, them, we, and this and that. I'm like,
Well, they know their pronouns.
the thing I know, right? The thing that drives me the most insane about all of that whole like no boundaries bullshit and you
Hmm.
can't question it is that like someone is a transgendered male lesbian. What?
It took me a minute. It took me a minute to get that.
What
Say it
the fuck
again.
does that even mean? A transgender, like, okay, so born biologically female,
Right.
transitioning to male,
Okay.
but they identify as a lesbian.
Okay. Um,
Uh,
okay. To me, they're just a person.
so I am a biological born male
Hmm.
transitioning into a tomato, and I'm also a carnivore.
Oh boy. Okay, so what kind of tomato?
Just a steak tomato.
A beefsteak.
A beefsteak tomato. My face is sure fat enough right now.
Well, you said you were a
But that's
carnivore.
what I mean. There's like
So I
no
thought
boundaries.
if he's
These
carnivore,
kids
then
have no boundaries.
beefsteak
They
tomato.
have no boundaries. I always love their like stray people are the enemy. There would be no you without straight people.
That's the truth.
There would be no you unless a pee-pee touched a vagina.
Mhm.
Well, we don't need man to get pregnant anymore. We can just do in vitro.
Okay, but where are they going to get this stuff to do the in
But
vitro?
where are you going to get this? You may have the egg, but where are you getting the seed?
That's right. Where's that
It's like
sperm
trying to
coming
plant
from?
a tomato. It's like trying to grow tomatoes without seeds. You're like, I have the ground. I'm just going to put a sticker of a tomato here and hope to
Oh
God
my
it grows.
gosh.
I'm wishing for a tomato. But
Well,
without that
like
seed,
we
you ain't
said
got
at
no tomato, bitch.
like we have said before, this country is
It's not just this
crazy.
country. It's like
It's
this
all
is
over the
like
world.
huge in the UK and in
Yeah.
Europe. It's like it's killing
Yeah.
the world. It's fucking killing the world.
It
And
is. But
I
I'm
blame
concerned. I'm concerned about the
Greta,
world,
what
but right now,
Lundenberg or whatever the fuck her name was, where she was like, "You have destroyed my childhood."
yeah.
Climate change, because that's what started all this shit.
Oh, the little lady from
Gerda or
Germany.
Greta
Yeah, Greta.
Lundenberg or whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
You have stolen my childhood. Bitch, you're eating Funyuns on a train and using plastic pillows. I don't know what you're talking about, saving the economy and the fucking
Mhm.
earth and environment. Your footprint sucks.
Well,
I don't know.
and
There's no boundaries. There's
I
just
am
no boundaries.
concerned. I'm
And
concerned
for
about the
all
world.
these schools and government officials to allow and allocate the fact that there are
Yeah.
no boundaries. They're like, yeah, we don't need rules. We're going to teach critical
But
race
there's
theory.
rules for us. Rules don't apply to them, but rules apply to us. Is what they
But
mean.
the moment they no longer agree in the spectrum of those rules, they now are outsiders. And then what? They have to
Yeah.
create a new set of rules.
Yeah.
Well, and it's literally been this ping pong game. It's like a 4-player match.
Yeah.
It's between the blacks, the gays, transgenders, and women.
Yeah.
And they're fighting over who gets the attention. It's like fucking raising 4 retarded kids.
Hey, you can't say that.
I apologize. It's like raising 4 stupid kids
There you go.
who
That's better.
all want the same Twinkie. But
Mhm.
I've got 3 other Twinkies in my hand and they're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
But they all want the one Twinkie.
Mhm.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
Well, you're using it for your microphone, so
The Twinkie. This one's not cream filled.
Ooh. We could go so many places with the cream fill.
We could.
But anyway, yeah, and and there's been other things too, but those are the things that I wanted to rant about tonight because it's like I hate what is happening to our country.
I hate what's happening to the world.
I do, but I live here, so I'm focusing right now on us here. Yeah, I hate what's happening to the world too. It shouldn't be, but it is. But if we're going to help the world, we've got to help ourselves first.
Save the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. We've got to stop the violence and get rid of all the trannies. Inequality is always the same. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't either.
Well, I think that'll be the end of our show for tonight.
Yes.
I want to thank y'all for joining us. I'm sorry if I get us banned for most of the language I use tonight.
We will put up a heavy warning in front of
Very
videos that come out of
strong
this.
content for this evening.
We will get a lot of videos out of this one evening.
Yeah. Well, then join us again when we talk about classic films.
Yes.
And I'll do some impersonations because half of you don't even know half the people we'll be talking about, but I'll do some impersonations anyway.
There you go. I'm going to talk about classic horror movies.
Ooh, I'm going to talk about classic horrors in movies.
There you go, Betty Davis.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you from Starr and Aaron and here at our Square Table family. You guys have a good week.
See you guys. Bye-bye.